Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We're here. We're ready. Big football day tomorrow. Big food day. We got some tip meets to talk about. We got a lot of shit going on today.
Tip meets?
I am joined by my two ravenous co-hosts. To my right, it is the one, the only, Uncle Sam.
Good afternoon.
And to my left, it is none other than our very own Mr. Zolo, Mike Palazzolo.
Blessed.
And behind the computer, absolutely power-basting his own turkey, it is Bruce, the tugboat, Venditti.
The Buick.
Hello.
The
A
Buick.
big shout out to Bruce. A big congratulations in order. He is now...
Did you get into Columbia?
No, not that lucky, but he is now the proud owner of a 2023 Buick Envision. The LHS is officially retired, and Bruce is a new car owner.
You hear that, Mike Kassab? You hear that? No more ripping him for the car.
So,
God knows I wouldn't buy from him.
What's a Buick Envision? Is that the odd-looking one that just came out?
I have no idea, honest to God. It's white.
I've never heard of it.
It's
until-
white. It's all-wheel drive,
not
and it was cheap. It's not
Gray,
white.
black
it's
rims.
gray. Black rims. Jesus Christ. Wow.
Shout out to Timmy Hall, Moran Buick.
Listen,
I
no
kinda
free
like this
shout-outs.
thing.
No free shout-outs. It's not bad, right?
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
No.
It's perfect for you.
And it is. There it is.
Four-banger.
Yeah. It might be a three-cylinder, actually.
I don't know what it is.
It might be a three-cylinder.
All
Hold
I
on.
know is it's sport, so.
What the fuck, dude? You just bought it. You don't know what it is.
Hold on.
You don't know
I
the
wasn't
engine?
focused on the
It is a 228 horsepower, 2-liter four-cylinder.
Dark Lumen, would you like to
Perfect for you,
congratulate
dude.
Bruce
I bet
on
you
his
get
new
like
car?
35 miles to the gallon in that
Hold on.
fucking
Let's
thing.
see. Let's see. We're going to check the MPG real quick.
I think Sticker had it at 27.
24 city, 31 highway. That's 27.
There you go.
Wow.
It's nice.
So shout out to Bruce. Bruce is moving up in the world.
He's
Big-
growing up.
Hey,
He's going to kill me with where I got to go to work, though.
it's been a good couple months for the Vendittis. Christopher gets into Columbia. Joe's speaking at De La Salle, and Bruce has a new car.
Oh,
Wow.
whoa. Say that again?
Christopher, as we know, it's well
No, I
documented.
heard the Christopher
No,
thing.
Angie, Mike Kassab will
Back
not
that
work
up.
with Bruce
Joe
on
is
a
doing
car.
what?
No, I won't work.
Joseph was invited back to De La Salle. To
Bruce won't work with Mike on a car.
As what?
Shout out to Tank. We see you in the chat. Tank, welcome.
a guest speaker to teach a real estate situation thing to the
Say what?
entrepreneurial class.
what?
The
What the
entrepreneurial
fuck?
class.
Are you serious?
From what I understand, he went from almost dropping out of DSL to speaking to the class.
Exactly.
That's
Bottom of the
outstanding.
No, he must have amazed a bunch of people over there. Who's he
That's
banging over
outstanding.
Anyways,
there? Anyway,
we have a lot to talk about. So let's start by saying
I just want to say one thing. Who the fuck is Dark Lumen?
we still don't know.
Maybe it's best we don't know.
It's just going to be Dark Lumen's going to be one of those things
No,
that
because Dark
like
Lumen's been talking a lot of shit, and I want to know who the fuck he is
why is Dark
or she.
Lumen talking shit?
No, the last time. Not this time, last time.
I don't think
Anyway.
he was talking shit. I
Anyway.
think he was just being honest about the fact that you're slightly delusional.
Hello, Francesca.
Okay.
And who's there? Is Leon in?
Leon is here.
Where the fuck is
Angie
Leon?
is
I
here.
don't see him.
Tyler is here. Lumen is here. Tank is here. Leon's way up at the top. He was the first one
Okay.
in today.
All right.
Anyways, how has your week been so far?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. We do the
great.
same thing every day.
Living the dream. Living the
Zolo,
dream.
how's your week been?
It was tolerable.
Yeah, it's over now
We're
pretty
here.
much,
We
right?
have football tomorrow. We have the first Lions Thanksgiving. I think I mentioned 2 days or on Monday.
That little
I was
prick.
sick the last 2 years, and then
Your
you
fault,
couldn't
Jack.
go 3 years ago.
Your fault, I'm
so I
out.
haven't been to the Lions Thanksgiving game since 2019. So I'm very eagerly anticipating tomorrow to the point where I'm actually going to go down there and tailgate and fucking.
You're gonna do the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink my way through the morning,
You are.
which I never do. It's supposed to be like 50 and sunny tomorrow.
It's supposed to be a pretty nice morning. Yeah.
I'm into it. Oh,
So-
shout out to Chris too. What up, Chris?
Chris is here.
Shout out to Abuna. I played Catan with Abuna last night.
You did.
Yes.
Good evening.
Wonderful evening. Abuna's an excellent host.
So Bruce will also be downtown tailgating with you because the Venditti tradition is the 3 a.m. wake-up call,
Oh,
breakfast
God.
at 5,
Swaying in the
drink
fucking
until
breeze.
the parade, go to the
Do
parade,
you do the turkey
eat
trot?
more.
Santa-
Do you know do the turkey trot?
No.
Neither do I.
No, but it's
I think
parade,
the turkey
liquor,
trot's actually
breakfast,
stupid,
Lions.
But
Yeah.
Bray, say that again.
Parade,
Parade,
liquor, breakfast, Lions.
It's really,
Fucking
it's
Joseph
really.
won't even see the fucking game this year. He'll be out before the first quarter.
No, I honestly.
No, Joseph won't make it to the game until halftime.
Oh,
Yeah, he'll be walking around.
He's got to show a home in the morning on Thanksgiving.
swaying in the breeze.
That's how you get speaking engagements at De La Salle. You take your Thanksgiving morning off to show homes.
Okay, so as far as the food goes for tomorrow, because as much as we are a football show here, we're a food show at heart. All right,
Well, Turkey Day is about food as well.
it's about food and football. Yeah. So what are the you have highlights of your menu tomorrow, Uncle Sam?
Turkey.
But what about the turkey? What makes the turkey?
Turkey. Just turkey.
That's it. You're just gonna eat a
Plain
fucking
old
bird
turkey.
like a Viking.
No, I have turkey. I have ham.
All right, let's start here. White meat or dark meat?
What do you mean?
Do you like the white meat of the turkey or the dark meat?
I
of
don't
the
care.
turkey?
My wife likes dark. I like both actually.
I'm not
I
touching
don't mind
that.
both.
Okay.
I'm having ham.
Okay.
Making
hold on.
kapusta.
Campbell
Hold on.
guy?
Can I get in here real quick?
Me and my wife will make kapusta.
Let me slide in here.
Go ahead.
Because my mother's doing the exact same thing. Why the ham on Thanksgiving?
Always.
That's become a recent thing for us. Can I give you the hottest take in the world?
Yeah.
I used to love turkey, but you can only do so much with a baked bird at this point.
Correct.
That I have soured on turkey. I still like it. It's not that I dislike it, but I don't look forward to it like I used to unless it's buttery and greasy and salty.
Yes. It's got to be fun.
And gooey. Yeah, it's got to be fucked. I love the skin. I want crispy skin.
Same.
Crispy turkey skin. So I like the ham. I like ham with a little fat on it, a little spiral ham.
So you're into the ham as well.
I am.
See, I feel like the ham just gets in the way.
Ham's the
True
best.
Thanksgiving ham is always served.
Okay, so turkey ham kapusta.
Correct. We're gonna do some sweet potatoes.
Okay, good.
Potatoes. Some mashed potatoes.
Gotta have both potatoes.
gravy
Gotta
and-
have both.
I actually
Gravy
make
with
a mean
mushrooms.
mashed potatoes. I make a very good mashed
Stuffing.
potatoes. Yeah.
Stuffing with cranberry sauce. That's the whole 9 yards. You got to have that.
Not a fan.
So
And then my wife will make a green bean. I don't know what yet. Normally she roasts it with a little olive oil, a little salt. Sometimes we do the Italian dressing on it, which I love that. That's my favorite as far as green beans
Where do you go? Are you at home tomorrow?
Yeah,
And it's just you, your wife, and the girls, and the
correct.
cats?
My family.
And then you
our home.
Yeah, you know how many people
go
that
to your
is?
mom's
Hey,
house?
you know how many
come
people
here.
that is?
That's 6 by my count.
No,
How many daughters do you have?
11.
He's counting the cats.
Oh, with the cats. Gotcha.
Counting the cats.
11.
You said you know how many people
I
that
cook
is.
for 11.
You didn't say how many beings.
Okay. Mine's extremely similar. We're at mom's. Okay. It's there's a turkey, the ham, the kapusta. For everybody who doesn't know what kapusta is,
Shell noodles.
it's some Polish bullshit, shell noodles, sauerkraut,
Sauerkraut,
bacon,
bacon.
and a shitload of butter, and it's fucking delicious.
pepper.
And pepper, yeah.
Black pepper.
It's like
Pepper's
a
key.
Pollock's
Fresh
cacio
ground black
pepe.
pepper.
It's a Pollock's cacio pepe, okay? It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh, I forgot. Fucking fresh Italian sausage cooked in
You're
verters.
doing sausage tomorrow too?
Or not sausage.
Sausage.
Kielbasa.
You're doing kielbasa
Kielbasa,
tomorrow.
yes.
I'm
I do.
jealous.
Have we had this? Have I given this take before? Polish sausage is by far the best. It's better than any Italian sausage.
No,
Realistically, it is.
Polish kielbasa.
Kielbasa. Kielbasa is better than, and we're 4 Italians
Yeah.
here. I'm taking kielbasa over Italian sausage any day. of the week.
100%.
I get my little pan out. I pour my little bit of Verner's in the bottom of that. Stick that motherfucker in the oven.
Oh,
Let
it's
it cook,
delicious.
baby.
It's fabulous.
Say less.
So yeah, both potatoes. Got to have both potatoes. She's doing the beans and the Italian dressing. Fried eggplant.
No, I don't do that.
We're doing eggplant. And then
Eggplant, to me, that's a Christmas thing.
I know, but I'll take it whenever I can get it. And
I hear you.
broccoli cauliflower au gratin, and it's actually very good. But see, me
I
and her,
don't like cauliflower.
we got into it today. All right. And I want to hear what you have on deck, but I also want to get opinions. So I had to sit there and pick the stems off of all the spinach because she has to make a spinach salad. Okay. And for the fucking life of me, and I went
baby spinach?
crazy. It's the baby spinach with the little stems, and I still had to pick them off. Okay.
Okay.
Why does anybody feel the need to make a fucking salad? It's the one. If you want to eat salad,
Hold on,
300. Hold on. If you want to eat salad 364 days a year, that's fine. You can eat fucking salad 364 days a year. The one day out of the year you give it its due. You don't have salad on fucking Thanksgiving. There's no need for it. You want to eat a vegetable? It's a green bean. You don't eat salad on Thanksgiving.
Listen,
Salad's not even.
she's doing it to appease the many. Not the
Nobody
few.
touches it besides her.
Well,
she is the only
No,
one that
that's
eats
not
it.
true
your
because
mom?
your mom makes salad on Christmas.
And nobody eats it. It all
I
gets
do.
thrown out.
I do because I love her little shrimp dressing. Oh,
It's not the shrimp dress.
You
Fuck
eat salad?
you. Not making the
fuck
shrimp
you.
dress.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You
I have a
eat
question
salad?
for you.
Yes.
Why do you need to pick the stems off of them?
Because she doesn't like
love
the
salad.
little bit of stem that's on there. So you got to go through it. It's not like the spinach where you get a stem that's that long, the bunch of spinach. It's the baby spinach with the stem like this.
Yeah, the stems are irrelevant, dude.
Yeah,
I
I'm
eat
just
I
sitting
eat the
there going
stems.
fucking crazy.
I
Yeah.
always eat the stems.
Yeah.
Yes, they're fine.
Yeah.
She doesn't like them. Either way, there's no place
That's
on a
preference,
Thanksgiving
that's all.
table.
Yeah, that's
And even if you want to have salad at Christmas, that's fine. But Thanksgiving
Every Christmas,
is no place for salad.
I always eat her salad every Christmas.
Angie,
That's fine at Christmas.
Angie, if you're there,
Thanksgiving.
Angie, if you're there, can you tell us about Albanian Thanksgiving? What the fuck do you guys do to your turkey? Do you
The
pour
fuck is I feel you,
do you pour
Sammy?
cognac
Leon,
in that fucker?
Leon, we're not talking about dinner at fucking what's that fucking place he goes to? Lone Star, what is it?
Fung
Wong
Fu
Fu Wa.
No, the steak place where he went for his birthday and
Outback 2 for
got
20.
mad because he was gonna pay. What was it?
The Outback 2 for 20.
Outback 2 for 20.
My God.
That's a Tiffany. Remember, Leon? Tiffany told you
Go for some
you look
Outback
like
right
the
now.
type of guy that does the 2 for 20. You remember that?
Zolo, what's on your Thanksgiving menu?
It's broad. It's not. It's never consistent. I always make the potatoes.
Okay.
I have my mother. I peel them tonight, and then I have them boiled on my way home from the game, and I just whip them up real quick because I make excellent potatoes. So here's the catch on my end. We have one Thanksgiving. Everything's always at my aunt's in Shelby. It's like Carol brunch essentially.
Yeah.
But my mom on the side at home always makes her own turkey because she needs turkey for her stuffing, and her stuffing is elite. It's better than my aunt's. It'll be a broad spread. There'll be broccoli. There'll probably be fried cauliflower. There'll be green beans. There'll be 2 different stuffings. Again,
Hold on. Do you do the Dago stuffing? The all meat and raisin stuffing?
so she does it. There's my aunt had it's like a meat and rice almost, and I'm not into it. I'm not into the Dago stuff.
The
I don't
Dago
like it either.
stuffing does.
I don't
Oh,
care
I
for
love
that
it
either.
Yeah,
so much.
I want my
All meat, cheese,
Thanksgiving.
and
I
rice.
want my Thanksgiving to be as white as possible. Sorry,
can't do the
Leon.
bread stuffing.
I want
I don't
all the
like the
white
bread
people
stuffing.
fixins.
Hear
Everything
that,
the white
Leon?
seat is
White
what I
as
want.
possible.
You know, I want fucking apple pie. I want
Yeah,
pumpkin
same.
pie. I want all of
100%.
the white people bullshit that you see in
They put
commercials.
they put apples
You
in the
know?
stuffing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's apples in the Dago stuffing too.
I know.
I'm
asking about
that's
the
my
white
favorite.
one. That's all.
Yeah, the bread stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got
So
apples. and all that
my
shit.
mom nails her croutons and she throws fucking celery in there and her turkey,
Yeah.
which is excellent. My mother makes that greasy bird that I was talking about.
That's the fucking
It's
move.
excellent.
Pounds of
Because
butter
any
in
bird,
that
you
motherfucker.
get a small bird because they cook better. They
Correct.
cook way better. The bigger the bird, the more likely when you get internal into the bird, that fucker's gonna be dried out.
Right.
So you get a small bird. You
Yeah, but
lather it with
that
butter.
dried out section, there's nothing better than that sandwiches 3 days
Yes,
later.
the sandwich aspect. Yes.
3 days later.
And you drench it. You dip it into the butter. You dip it into the raw butter.
Butter is key. I want pounds of Kerrygold
100%.
lathering my turkey.
My mother, she was 13 sticks of butter for the fucking turkey.
Yeah, I have
Beautiful. The scoopable.
I have what is it? Fucking 4 boxes, so
Yeah.
it's probably
4 times 4, 16.
there's what?
You have 16 sticks.
16 sticks.
Yeah, it's proper.
Yeah, you better max those out.
Yeah, 100%. Bruce, how many beers are you going to have before you go into the game tomorrow? And are you doing breakfast downtown?
I don't know. I actually just texted my dad to see what the plan was.
Yeah, usually they got
Well,
the
he actually
griddle
just
out.
responded with, "It's up to Joseph." So,
Oh, you're fucked.
yeah, we're fucked.
What does that mean?
We're absolutely.
Who's
He's
going
gonna
to
be
the game?
late.
Is it you, Joseph, your dad, and who's the fourth? Is Christopher home?
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
Christopher's home.
That's
Pick him up.
excellent.
It's going to be a Venditti quartet.
What about Peggy?
she's at home.
She's at home
You
making...
guys are just going to leave
she's
Peggy at home,
cooking
not even inviting her to the
Thanksgiving.
game?
I don't think Peggy
She's at
ever
home
makes the
cooking.
cut.
Spent every Thanksgiving the same way.
Yeah.
She decorates the tree.
That poor woman.
And
she
she-
does all the work.
She doesn't cook though, so
The fuck you mean she
we
doesn't
had
cook?
food ordered.
Well, you're catering. Catering
From
Thanksgiving.
where? Do you know
wow.
where?
Some people got money.
I'd like a report on where and
Some
how
people
it
got
tastes.
big money. They're catering
New
and shit.
cars, a
Wow.
catered Thanksgiving.
It's actually cheaper
I
to
say we
cater
go
it
to
than
fucking
it is-
Bruce's house for Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Cheaper to cater it than her to.
I do
buy all
want to
that shit
cater a
and
Thanksgiving at some
time-wise.
point.
Cook
Why?
I want to consider that because I want to get a restaurant's take on Thanksgiving. I want to see what they do well and if it's worth my time.
You know who has a good Thanksgiving? Fish bones.
I
Downtown.
feel like that would be the absolute worst
No.
fucking
We
place.
went there one year with my dad, downtown, fish bones. Delicious. Unlimited.
Do you think before
What did you have?
Bottomless. turkey.
Angie
What did
wants
you have? Turkey?
it's
Yeah.
bottomless Thanksgiving.
Bottomless thing.
I've never.
You just
heard
get
of it.
You just pay probably $50 or $40 or whatever, and you can eat as much.
You
They have
stuff
all
your
the
face with
Thanksgiving shit.
chitlins and collard
You eat
greens,
as much as you want. Yeah.
grits.
Holy shit, Ben
grits
Garcia!
up
Did you
the
hear
ass.
that?
Okay. Angie wants to know if you're going to blast your turkey before you go to the game tomorrow.
maybe.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. It's bad luck. Lions will,
You don't jerk it on Lions game days because it's bad luck?
correct.
Okay.
So Ford Field actually has some offerings tomorrow that I'm excited about.
Oh, let's hear them.
And I'm going to seek them out. They always have Goose Island, Bourbon County for the Thanksgiving game every year. They get it before it comes out either today or it comes out on Friday, but they always have it. It's like $16 a pour. So my brother and I will down a couple of those. It's jet fuel. It's literal jet fuel. That being said, their menu tomorrow is actually pretty good. So tomorrow they're having turkey leg with cornbread dressing and drizzled with cranberry barbecue sauce.
At the game?
God, that
At the
sounds
game.
fucking-
Fuck yeah.
That sounds incredible.
That does sound incredible.
Baked cranberry turkey sandwich with sliced
Oh,
roasted
fuck
turkey,
you.
cranberry aioli,
Hey,
Gouda,
hey,
and
you
leaf
need to get
lettuce.
one of those tomorrow.
I'm not done. Gouda, leaf lettuce piled onto a brioche bun. This is what I'm interested in because I
No,
went to
where
the
is
Monday night game in Green Bay 2 years ago, and I was just fucking downing cheese curds. I was like, ugh, ugh. I had a seizure from cheese curds. So Green Bay
Diabetes.
loaded fries topped with sliced brats, peppers and onions, crispy cheese curds, and spicy brown mustard.
My
A
God,
Packers dog, which is a Polish sausage topped with tangy sauerkraut, spicy brown mustard, and
Oh, I
crispy
bet you
potato
that's
sticks.
delicious, bud. Wow.
Kielbasa sandwich with seared sauerkraut,
There you go.
velvety beer cheese sauce layered on in a soft hoagie bun,
Fuck, that sounds.
and the family
fucking
reunion
starving.
egg roll, which is stuffed with collard greens,
Christ, I'm
macaroni and
hungry.
cheese, smoked turkey,
Wait.
cornbread,
Run
and
that
yams.
back. Run that back. The egg roll. The egg roll.
The family reunion egg roll is stuffed with collard greens, macaroni and cheese, smoked turkey, cornbread, and yams.
I bet that's fucking
fucking
delicious.
incredible.
Shit.
I bet that's just off the chain good. Bruce, you need to go. I want both of your guys' reviews. for tomorrow.
Scattered throughout the building. I know in my club, there's one place that will have all of these fixins in the corner.
You got to go get the
Listen,
fix.
you need to
Get the fix.
I need
little
the.
picture. Get
Fine.
over there.
I will.
The only
I
thing
want
I
that
got by
fucking.
me
I
is
want the
little
cheese
cheeses
curds.
and
I want the
big-
cheese
Yeah.
curds. And honestly,
I want you to
I
try
want to
that
go to a
egg
Renaissance.
roll.
The egg roll looks good. I've wanted to go to the Renaissance Festival for like 10 years.
Okay,
so I
been
can just
there.
hold a turkey leg in my hand
Hey,
and walk
the
around.
food at the
Been there,
Renaissance
ate 'em
Festival
and everything else.
The
Let's
food
go.
at the
Remember when
Renaissance
Diana was
Festival.
doing
Yes,
that?
it's unmatched.
When is it? July, August?
It's August.
August.
Let's
End of August.
Let's do Tip
September, yeah.
Renaissance Festival next
Listen
year.
to me. My daughter, when she was working, doing
You're not talking into the microphone.
when she was doing the, the
forgot what
stuff for
you're
the
doing.
Renaissance, she was doing commercials for Renaissance Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there. First time I had ever been there.
Yeah.
A lot of weirdos.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
like to put that out there.
100%.
A lot of weirdos. But I'll tell you what, the smoked turkey fucking leg is for real.
That's what I
Fabulous.
want.
I
I
had
just want to
two of
walk
them.
around with one in my hand.
I
Have
had
you-
two. I was like a Viking.
Have
I
you
had two of
turkey
them.
legged at Epcot?
No, I have not.
Their turkey leg is slightly below average, but it still gives you the feel.
This is a conversation for another time, but
Yeah.
I try and time my Epcots with the food around the world showings.
100%.
Therefore, like Epcot for me, when food around the world is there, it's a $200 ordeal per person
Easy.
without your get-in ticket.
Correct.
So, and I'm just literally bouncing. Like
Everyone.
I might miss one or two of them. Like I'm not fucking with the Chinese stand, but some of the best short ribs I've ever had are in France.
Hold on. The Chinese stand, last time I was there, they had this fucking fried chicken bao bun that was otherworldly with this peanut soy thing on
Yeah.
it. Fucking the Brazil. the Brazil food cart at Epcot. They got these cheese ball bread in this shaved beef.
Yeah, it's shaved picanha.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my God, did I spit on you? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Off air, I'll tell you about
got too
my
excited.
encounter 2 weeks ago at Disneyland. I was extremely intoxicated. That's a whole story of itself. But in California Adventure is like it's their Epcot, except it's California themed.
Okay.
And at California Adventure, they had some similar food around the world thing. And there's an area called San Francisco. And
They got Tent City there?
No Tent City there.
Okay.
No Tent City.
Thought I'd ask you. Said
You can't afford
Tokyo.
Tent City if you're going to Disney.
Sanford, Tokyo, and Tent City.
So they had this Asian chicken sandwich in San Francisco that I took a picture of, and it had this creamy peanut aioli sauce on it, and every bite was different. It's a story for another time because the way the intoxication occurred is what added to it. But we'll talk.
Yeah, what? What?
All right, let's talk about
What did
football.
Angie just send us?
Hold on.
Did he make that or you?
I did not make that.
That's incredible.
I did not make that.
Dang it, Angie.
But I got news for you. That's just unmatched.
Well done.
Anyways,
I will say it.
That was a great Angie.
Well
shout out to Angie. You can go check out our Instagram story right now. Angie in the comments, big fan of the show, big brand guy, just made us an absolutely fantastic
Where did you get that?
thumbnail for this show.
Oh, my Instagram.
Okay, should we hop into some football talk before everybody that was listening to us officially leaves?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm interested.
Football. Let's get into it. The news to start off the day. The news. Sorry. Still getting used to this. We're getting there. All right, big piece of news that came out yesterday. The Colts cut 3-time All-Pro linebacker Darius Shaquille Leonard. He cleared waivers today, and he is now a free agent. Supposedly, he has workouts planned after Thanksgiving with the Eagles and the Cowboys. So, big fucking shocker there. The Eagles just signed every single defensive player that hits free agency, literally. I think that's a perfect fit for him, too, because he can be one of those guys that just rotates out. He doesn't have to play every snap. They can keep him kind of healthy, and he'll probably make an instant impact.
I'd like to see him here in Detroit.
Yeah, he
Wouldn't mind that either.
He makes sense.
He does.
It makes sense that he went unclaimed because his number was extremely high. It was like $6 million this year. It continues to go up. If I were him, I would come to Detroit.
He's a cap
number one.
casualty. They just didn't want to pay him anymore.
Well, yeah, but he also wasn't producing.
Right.
It goes like he's had nerve damage in his elbow,
And
some other
Franklin's
stuff.
too good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So yeah, if I'm the Lions, that might be not quite the answer. I would call him more of a linebacker, but that's your third down pass rusher. That's your third down upright pass rusher, and I think he can fit into this defense.
He's a big pass rusher. I think he's better at probably playing on the back end than the front end right now at this point. He's a little bit better against the pass than Anzalone and the rest of these guys.
They're
a little more
too
versatile,
deep.
a little quicker.
They're too deep at linebacker to make that play.
I don't think they're deep at all at linebacker, personally.
They just drafted a guy in the first round. They have a guy that was a star for them last year, Malcolm Rodriguez. Alex Anzalone.
You know why? Because they have nothing else.
Alex Anzalone, I don't know if you know this, has a 90 coverage grade. I don't think you knew that because you thought it was bad in coverage.
I don't want to talk about Alex Anzalone because I'm going to tell you this, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. When I gave him the nickname High School, there's a reason for that. And you got to know the position and know what I'm talking about.
All right, well, when I gave him the nickname Anal Zone, he started playing like a Pro Bowler, so.
I don't know what that means, but
So,
where I come from, we don't go there.
Seahawks Pete Carroll. Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll spoke to reporters today and said that Geno Smith is expected to play this weekend tomorrow against the 49ers. Kenneth Walker is not.
Did you guys know he's Italian, Geno Smith?
Huh?
No, I'm kidding. He's
Oh my God, I was about to.
So is Leon.
Oh wow.
Anyways, I want to thank Sam for helping me out over here and kind of redecorating a little bit, putting some things up that I wanted to put up here, and he helped me move a few things around. But Thank you.
Of course. Anything. Little bit of Packers injury news tomorrow. Safety Darnell Savage will not be playing against the Lions, and neither will running back Aaron Jones. He is officially out for tomorrow's game against the Lions. Chargers have placed Joey Bosa on injured reserve. He will miss at least the next 4 games. Luke Musgrave also hit injured reserve for the Packers with a lacerated kidney.
Packers fans are saying that that's a bigger loss than anyone, and that's the difference between this edition of Lions Packers and the Week 4 edition of Lions Packers is Luke Musgrave, who's kind of emerged for them.
Yeah, the last few weeks.
So that's a big deal.
Giants quarterback Daniel Jones had surgery this morning on his torn ACL.
What the fuck this morning? He's been out for a month.
I don't know. I saw that.
What the
too.
fuck? They didn't
I thought
cut
the
him till
exact
now?
same thing. He's been down for 3 weeks already.
What the fuck?
The Rams have designated Kieran Williams to return to practice today and is expected to play as they're starting back Sunday against Arizona. In a corresponding move, they also cut Darrell Henderson yesterday. So if I was a betting man, I would say with all of those moves being made, Kieran Williams will be back for the Rams on Sunday. Kareem Jackson's appeal on his 4-game suspension was denied, so he will be serving a 4-game suspension.
That's utterly ridiculous right there. That is fucking ridiculous.
Why?
Because it is. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. If you've seen that play, that was not malicious. It was him playing at a high level. I'm tired of seeing that. That's horseshit. This guy's been fined like $1 million.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Paid some big money out.
It's bullshit. Appeal everything. Appeal it. Keep appealing it.
The Pittsburgh Steelers signed a familiar name today off of the Panthers practice squad. Linebacker Blake Martinez is expected to play this weekend for the Steelers.
After trying to move a shipment of them Pokemon cards.
He's just going to walk in and play.
He's going to walk in and play?
Walk in and play.
Okay. I'm laughing right now. He'll probably fucking have 25 tackles this week.
Joe Flacco had his first practice today for the Cleveland Browns.
Can't play with your heart anymore. Ugh. Go ahead.
Joe Flacco had his first practice today for the Cleveland Browns.
Joe Flacco. Joey ball game.
Outside of that, I think that pretty much covers most of the... Oh, Drew Brees revealed that his right arm no longer works and he can't throw a football with it.
No shit.
He came out and said it in an interview today. He said if his arm still worked,
damage and
he would still be playing. Yeah, but his arm is at a point to where he can no longer throw a football.
Oh, wow. Wow. Godspeed, bud. Godspeed.
Jim Irsay
Uh-oh.
did a little bit of an interview, and he came out and talked about his struggles with overdoses and the fact that he's been in rehab.
Overdoses with an S?
He's been in rehab, count it, 15 times.
Wow.
So they said that he is cleaned up now. Everything is good.
How much weight did he gain?
Well, no, I guess he has been a year free.
Sober.
A year sober. And
good for him.
Within the last 10 years, he had overdosed so badly that doctors had told him that they had already signed the death certificate.
Oh,
so
fuck.
Shout out to Jim Irsay for turning it all around because...
And that must be hard to be a man that can have anything you want. Fuck. Are you kidding me? That's some tough shit right there. I give anybody who can quit drinking or smoking a lot of fucking credit because it takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of fucking willpower. It takes a real man to be able to do that.
Also, the Panthers have designated safety Jeremy Chin to return from IR. He could play this weekend.
Huh. Interesting.
And the Cardinals are working towards a contract extension with wide receiver Hollywood Brown. I don't know if I really... depending on how much money he wants, I just don't know if I could... Has Hollywood Brown actually, since he's come to Arizona from Baltimore, has he been all that changing for them.
Well, you know what, though? I mean, in his defense, I mean, he really hasn't had that much time to work with Kyler Murray between the both of them being injured and whatnot. You know, so I don't know, dude. I don't know if I would take a snap on him. Receivers are they're born every year.
Tom Brady was on the Stephen A. Smith podcast this week. And
Who?
Tom Brady.
On what?
The Stephen A. Smith podcast.
Stephen A. Smith, the basketball guy?
Yeah, he has a podcast.
Okay.
And Brady talked about how today's NFL is no longer demanding players to actually play up to their full potential, because when he was playing, he had to not throw to certain guys so guys like Ray Lewis wouldn't hit them and take them out of the game. And now coaches are no longer teaching their offensive players how not to get hurt, because defensive
This is
players
why you're
are
seeing the rash of
expected-
injuries. I've said
right,
this before.
to protect offensive players
Yeah.
for him. And he said that when he was playing or started playing,
Yeah.
that was not the case.
Too bad Matt Stafford didn't do that with Calvin Johnson, huh?
Amen. Amen.
R.I.P. Calvin Johnson.
And I'm pretty sure that's the news. I think we hit everything pretty head on there. So we should move on to the Monday night game and recap that a little bit. So the Philadelphia. Do you have a graphic for Monday night recap?
Don't have
You don't.
Monday night.
Well, you better get on it.
Well,
Been kind of busy lately, so
What's her name?
I Woods laying in the fucking
Buick
rain
Envision.
yeah, Buick Envision.
Monday Night Football, live from Arrowhead. The Philadelphia Eagles headed to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Philadelphia squeaks one out, comes out on top in this game, 21-17. This game was. Here we go. I'm going to say it again. Games will tell you more about one team rather than the other. This game told me more about the Chiefs, in my opinion, than it did the Eagles.
What, and their receivers are
I
dog shit?
I agree with that.
The Chiefs' fundamental issue this year, fundamental. If you look at the roster from top to bottom, outside, take Travis Kelce out of it, they do not have one.
No, you mean take Taylor Swift out of it?
They do not have one upper echelon pass catcher on that team. Rasheed Rice ain't it. Mecole Hardman definitely ain't it.
Well, wait. You know what? I don't think Rice is getting proper. I don't think he's getting enough targets. Number one, I just don't.
No, there's nobody on that team in that.
I don't think Rice is a bad receiver. I don't think he gets enough targets. Kadarius Toney is exactly what we thought he would be.
But, okay, hold on. Rasheed Rice is a 3 anywhere he goes.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'll tell you what. I like him better than Sky Moore. Sky Moore's been in a fucking bust.
This is what we're talking about. Every receiver on their roster is a 3 or a 4 anywhere else. If you take any of those receivers and put them on Philadelphia, they're the 3 or the 4. If you put them in Detroit, they're the 3 or the 4. Every single receiver they have is a 3 or a 4. You don't have one guy outside of Travis Kelce that is a reliable, surefire target for Mahomes to depend on. Because Mecole Hardman, for all intents and purposes, lost them that game. That ball was in his fucking hands and bounced out. Period. Kadarius Toney is nothing more than a glorified end-around guy, cute little RPO situations. Like he is
returner.
he is not a receiver.
Him and Hardman are the same thing. They're fucking punt returners
Yes.
that you do jet sweeps with and send them deep twice a game.
Sky Moore,
That's all they
same
are.
situation. The best receiver they had on Monday night was Justin Watson.
And he dropped fucking
And
three
he
balls.
was targeted 11 times and only pulled in 5.
Look, the bottom line, I love what you said. The bottom line is this Chiefs team is built to win with their defense.
Yep.
I think they're ailing from not having the enemy. I think they're ailing. They've won without pass catchers before, but they're ailing with Matt Nagy. I think they're firmly going to be in the mix in the first round for a wide receiver, whether that's trading up for Keon Coleman, doing the damn thing and seeing if they can get Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy from Texas. Listen, they have a lot of options. A lot of options. I don't know if it's going to solve the issues this year, but I love what you said about it, how it told you more about the Chiefs. because I didn't think the Eagles were that great.
I agree.
I still think
1000%.
their best football is in front of them, which is scary because they went into Arrowhead. The Chiefs beat themselves. This told me more about the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs choked the game away more than I think the Eagles won the game. But I still think it could be true at the same time that the Eagles haven't reached their final form yet.
Agreed.
And they could still kill teams. But this game was more about what the Chiefs did wrong, what they didn't execute, the untimely Kelsey fumble. There were 3 or 4 massive drops in the second half, and there's clearly an issue. There's clearly an issue. If you haven't scored any points in the second half for 3 straight games and Pat Mahomes is your quarterback, you have issues.
Yeah,
Matt
keep dropping
Nagy.
fucking passes left and right.
It's
Everybody
beyond,
on that team has a drop.
It's beyond
Everybody.
the passes. You can't blame the passes for no points. You can blame it for untimely points and losing games. You can't blame the drop passes for no points.
Yeah, and hold on. Leon just counted it out.
I don't agree with that.
It was Valdez
That's
Scantling that dropped that ball. It wasn't
Excuse
Hardman.
me?
It was Valdez Scantling that dropped the ball, not
Whatever.
Hardman.
He's another
So
one
what you guys
anyway.
are saying though
Yeah,
is
he's
it came
the
down to
third
3.
receiver on Green Bay.
Are you guys saying that game came down to 3 drop passes?
Absolutely not, no.
Because I don't think so.
No,
I think
but
they got
it
shit
was,
on.
It was timely drops that ended drives for them. That's
did.
bad.
It was-
I'll give it
That's
to you.
bad.
And I wanted to point something else out.
They had the lead. It shouldn't have been that close.
One thing that I haven't
you.
seen from the Chiefs in the years past that I'm seeing now, the Chiefs didn't make mistakes back in the day, right? They didn't have the penalties on 3rd and 8 that put them back to 3rd and 18. When they were going to
4th
run
and
the
20.
ball, right? When they were going to run the ball, they kind of stuck with it. They got way far away from Pacheco in the second half of this game, and it was
mistake.
working in the first half.
mistake.
There's so many things that are so un-Chiefs-like that are going on with this team right now. I don't think it was 3 plays that ended this game. I think it was the fact the running game got stagnant in the second half. They had more dumb penalties than I've ever seen. The Kelsey fumble was massive. The Mahomes pick was massive. The drops were again, Watson was targeted 11 times and had 5 catches.
There's things you could survive, and then there's things you can't. If you're playing the Eagles,
You cannot survive with
or
them.
if you're playing the Chiefs, conversely, your margin of error is razor thin.
Yep.
So you can't afford untimely drops. You can't afford any issues, and they just had hiccup after hiccup after hiccup in the second half, and that's what the problem was.
Philly keeps winning these close games, and they haven't, like he said, they haven't started to click yet. But you see that nucleus that's there. My God, dude.
See,
their defensive line, I don't know about you guys.
Can we talk about the fake spike that Jalen Carter
Did you see him
almost
try to do
sacked?
that?
That would have been the coolest defensive play ever.
Never,
if he did that.
I never thought that they would even think about doing something.
He said he saw it happen in a high school game one time, and he's like, I've never thought to try it. And the thought came. I thought about trying it. Like I actually remembered to try it, so I did. And he was close.
I was just watching. I'm watching him all night, and it got to a point where this guy is really good. I understand why they fucking took him immediately.
Oh,
they traded up to
100%.
get him,
100%.
and there was a reason for that. He is a fucking handful.
Look, I wasn't around for the draft coverage. I was around for the post draft. But a year ago now, and honestly further than that, I've been stumping for Jalen Carter for a long time. So it was really disappointing. Hindsight's 2020. I'm loving the Lions draft more by the day outside of Jack Campbell. Hindsight's 2020. I love Jahmyr Gibbs, but Jalen Carter was one of the top 3 players at his position to be drafted in the last 20 years. It's him, Sue, and Aaron Donald. It's those 3 guys. Conversely, you can develop a good D tackle if you play your cards right, which is what the Chiefs did, because I think the Chiefs have the best D tackle in football.
With what you've seen transpire with the Lions this year and everything, don't tell me that Jalen Carter next to Aleem McNeil and Aiden Hutchinson wouldn't have been something to see.
It'd be nice to have Jalen Carter right now. It'd be very nice.
It would be. You guys would be blown away by what he could do.
Yeah. Is he the missing link? No, but he would have been the centerpiece of that defense next to Hutch and McNeil.
Shit.
And
McNeil would be the one feeding off of it.
Yeah.
Because they would have to double. You can't single cover this guy. He destroys everybody that that's on him.
But that's what I was getting to, is the most dominant player on both sides of the ball in the field on Monday night was Chris Jones. Chris Jones was an absolute destructive savage. He could have had more
against
sacks.
the top 3 offensive line.
He could have had more sacks. On top of that, he's not typically in there on pass rushing downs. If he wants to be, he can pass rush.
He's 3-down guy, dude.
Can
Not
I
going anywhere.
can I point something out about
Please.
the Eagles that I'm starting to think is why we don't think that they're so over the top this year? All right, because there was one thing I saw from this game. I was wildly impressed with the Kansas City defense. I was.
They
That
held the
was
Eagles
my
to
biggest
21
takeaway.
points.
Not
And
only
they did what I said they were going to do, too. They were going to take away A.J. Brown, which they did.
They did,
Which was going to
completely.
open up Devontae Smith, which it did. And he had the one big play, but they pretty much did good against Devontae Smith, too.
Jalen Hurts had 150 yards passing.
Yep.
150. And they still won this game. And a big in part to DeAndre Swift and what Jalen Hurts did on the ground. But if there's any scenario where a team figures out a way to stop Jalen Hurts on the ground, if you can shut off A.J. Brown, I don't know how confident I am in their ability to move the ball through the air right now. I don't. If they
You can
lock,
see they're really missing Dallas Goedert.
I mean,
They
they're
have a
missing
lot of
him
pieces.
big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
I just think they're having, what they're missing is they're missing Shane Steichen. I think they just don't have, same as a lot of these teams. I think they have a weird identity offensively. I think they're over reliant on A.J. Brown, and their balance isn't as good because Swift has been running so well. So when in doubt, they're going to run it. When in doubt, they're going to do that tush push. And then when in doubt, they're going to hit A.J. Brown. If 2 of those 3 things aren't working, if they play a team where 2 of those 3 they're beatable. And the blueprint is there. The Chiefs held them to 21. I don't care what anyone says. The Chiefs blew that game. The Chiefs held them to 21, and the Jets have laid the blueprint out to beat the Eagles.
100%.
There's a way to do it. Do you want to get in a track meet with them? No.
No.
Of course not. Of course not. But if you play stout defense and you control time of possession on your end and you're able to effectively run the ball, there's a way to beat the Eagles. I still haven't seen
That's the same way you beat the 49ers, what you just said.
Same way to beat the 49ers.
That's the same fucking way.
Exact same way.
Because
Yep.
if you're statistically, and this one was surprising to me, and I saw a graphic this morning, and that's what brought this up, and I started to dig a little deeper on it. Jalen Hurts and Jordan Love have extremely similar numbers throwing the ball so far this year. And obviously, Jalen Hurts doesn't have to throw the ball because he can run with it and win games. But goes back to the Jets thing. If you find a way to contain him, they're beatable still. It's not like last year where it was world beaters. And I still think Kansas City, because somebody asked me the other day, well, who do you like better right now, Kansas City or Baltimore?
Baltimore still.
I feel like that Kansas City defense right now would give Baltimore fits.
I think Baltimore's defense would give Kansas City fits.
I think Baltimore has the pieces. The difference between Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson is Lamar shifts between, am I going to pound it down your throat or am I going to beat you downfield? And he takes what the defense gives him. He's always done that. The difference between Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson is Jalen Hurts does not take what the defense gives him. They scheme their way through games. They're not scheming their way through those games at this point. There's just hiccups right now with their play calling. That's my opinion. I think the Eagles are offensively. I'm not going to guarantee anything defensively, but I think offensively, I think the Eagles will eventually rebound a little bit. I'm very curious. I mean, this is game 1 of the 5-game stretch. Who's it next week? Buffalo? Is it Buffalo this week?
For Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo.
I mean, there you go.
That's a big game for them.
There you go. That has the potential. I still fucking hate the Bills right now, but that has the potential to be the track meet, and we'll see. We will see what Buffalo is able to muster up offensively and how Jalen Hurts plays with a little bit of pressure on him.
And then what's Josh Allen going to do when he's...
Oh, same drill. I agree with you. He's going to throw the ball away, but
Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to know everything I think we need to know about everybody. Philadelphia plays Buffalo, Frisco, and Dallas in the next 3 weeks.
Huh.
this was the game I thought they would lose, was Kansas City. I thought Kansas City and Dallas were locks. I'm still taking the Cowboys. I think they're probably, you can make the case Dallas is the hottest or second hottest team in the NFC at the moment. I know you wouldn't do that.
Why would you say that?
Because you wouldn't.
Because you would.
Why are you saying that?
You
'Cause
think
you can't
Dallas is the
stand
hottest
them.
team in the NFC right now?
No.
Okay. So
Who do you think's the hottest team in the NFC?
Probably 49ers right now.
I think it's Dallas.
Outside Detroit, I think it's the 49ers.
I was going to say, I think it's the Lions followed by Philadelphia.
So you wouldn't know this at the moment, mainly because they're playing inferior opponents. But Dak Prescott is feasting on teams, so I want to
Yeah,
see.
he's feasting on teams that he should.
I want to see how. Well, he wasn't completely bad in the Eagles game.
No.
He wasn't bad at all. I mean, if he stays in bounds on one play, and then if they get the call, if they get the 2-point conversion or the touchdown on the other
Correct.
play, that's a totally different game.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what they do.
They were great defensive plays that stopped them.
Regardless, if you go into Kansas City, and you survive,
Yeah.
I have confidence that the Eagles would go. I thought they'd lose to Dallas, but you got to feel confident you're going to go into Dallas and survive. Where is the Bills game? Is that should be in Philly?
It is in Philadelphia.
And then they go to San Francisco
San
comes to them.
Francisco's and Buffalo's in Philadelphia. San Francisco's in Philadelphia. Then they're at Dallas, at Seattle.
Yeah, I mean Seattle doesn't look nearly what it did anymore.
No.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got to see if Geno Smith can make it out of this week.
Do you know he's Italian, Geno Smith?
Sorry?
Do you know he's Italian, Geno Smith? He's not Italian.
So, with that being said, anything else on this game? Anything else anybody wants to throw in?
The game sucked. It was boring, and it didn't live up to the hype.
You know what? As soon as I saw it raining, I was like, "Fuck! All of our over picks aren't gonna hit." And
Well, I was right.
Bruce got it. Bruce got it with the under. You were the only one that picked Philadelphia.
I was the only one who took Philadelphia.
Fly
Eagles, fly.
You're gross, dude. You're fucking gross. At least when I like the Patriots, they weren't in.
Oh, whatever.
They were AFC.
Hey, we're the blue Tom
At least we
Brady.
didn't take the Chargers over
what
the
the
Lions.
Fuck, dude?
Yeah, at least we didn't pick against the Lions.
Wow.
That's a Pete Carroll scumbag move. Anyways, so tomorrow is Thanksgiving. We have 3 games to preview. So Bruce, let's do it.
Well, never mind. Okay.
What's her name?
We all do 2022. Have you named it?
Not named.
Does her name start with a C?
Did you rub one out on the Buick Envision yet?
Have you sat naked in the Buick
Yes.
Envision yet?
Have you been
I
starting
just
naked
pulled it
yet?
off the lot an hour ago.
Have you
2
rubbed
hours
your
ago.
balls?
Have you Ursayed
I seen guys
the
in
Buick
Dearborn
Envision
Heights
yet?
that were doing that. They were like naked driving
Yeah, that was a
and
big
rubbing
deal.
it out.
What, you?
It was all over the shit.
I can see you doing that.
Oh, did you see the guy that got a misdemeanor indecent exposure for jerking it in the middle of a come and go gas station in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
He just whipped it out in the middle of the gas station and just started beating
Come you go.
Good.
Yeah, you come, you go. Anyways, also, there's some crazy shit going on Twitter right now with Jim Irsay. I know there's been a lot of Jim Irsay
He's
take.
going to sue Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, he's going to sue Stephen A. Smith.
Why?
The woman that was talking about him on there,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you talking about?
he said something about his black mother, Dorothy. He called her mean and ugly. I don't know.
He called Stephen A. Smith's mom ugly?
No, he called whoever
Oh.
his co-host is ugly.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Who did?
Jim Irsay just
said
tweeted,
that?
first take, you're going to get your ass sued because there was no alcohol, no illegal drugs, and $29,000 is low for me to be carrying around in my 2014 arrest. I give away $2,000 to $10,000 to the homeless every time I see him on the street.
So what was Stephen A. Smith shit talking again?
I think so.
Yeah,
And then he
needs to punch him in the fucking mouth.
He went on to say, my grandparents came across Ellis Island with just the shirts on their back, penniless and escaping Jewish concentration camps. I grew up in a horrible home where both my brother and sister died in a car crash. I worked for my living, bought 30% of the Colts on bank loan. I don't know what's going on. I haven't had enough time to read into what.
Oh, my man's losing his mind right now.
Yeah, he's
it looks
irritated.
like he might go to the bottle.
I think he's already there.
Anyways, moving on.
No, this is anger right now. The bottle comes after the anger.
All right. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start in Detroit?
Save the Lions for last.
Save the Lions for last. So we'll start off in Dallas at 4:30. The Cowboys are hosting the Washington Commanders for a beautiful turkey dinner. Dallas is a 12.5-point favorite. The over-under is 48.5 points. I'm not shocked to see this big of a line after the poop shoot that fucking the Commanders had last week.
Yeah, but I don't see the Commanders doing that again.
Well, I don't know if I see him doing that again, but here again is the problem. When we're talking about Dallas, we're talking about a team that's been absolutely on fucking fire lately. So I know the 12.5 is a lot. And usually when we go over 10, we're not real happy about it because it seems like a lot. But there's not too many. I don't doubt Dallas could win this game by 2 touchdowns. I don't.
So
Commanders
take Dallas.
looked awful last week.
Take Dallas.
I'm going to take Dallas to win. I'm
Okay.
going to take Dallas to cover, and I'm going to take the over.
Dallas to win, Dallas to cover. I think Dak's going to feast on those young, shitty corners that the Commanders have, number one. Number two, I think this is the game. Friday morning, you wake up, Ron Rivera is no longer the coach. He's got an extended week to get Eric Bieniemy ready for whatever happens going forward for that team. And I think Josh Harris is going to take a flyer to see what Bieniemy can do. So Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera both get fired after this game. I think the over hits. I still think the Redskins are going to put up some points.
Fire the defensive coordinator this fast.
He sucks. He's one of the reasons they're bad. He's got no clue what he's doing, and I think they're going to get
take
shredded.
The Commanders in this game, and I'm taking them to win, and I'm taking the over.
Don't listen to that, please, for the love of God. If you need a prop, I'm going CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown. CeeDee Lamb over 89 yards.
What's the under over?
46, Bruce. Let's hear it. Who you taking?
46.
46 or 48.5. I'm sorry.
48.5. I'm going to take the under in Dallas because the testament to this whole game is Dallas's D. Both offenses suck.
I
Did
like
Bruce just use a fucking big word? Testament? Wow.
I like Jake Ferguson anytime in this one. I think this is going to be a good Jake Ferguson game. He's a little bastard.
Watch out for Brian Robinson in this game.
And I love what Cole Kmet did.
Watch out for
to
Brian Robinson
This
in this
Commanders
game.
defense a couple weeks ago.
You actually, and I want to be brutally honest here. You actually think that Washington's going to win this game?
I think Washington's going to win this game.
Is there a reason why?
I'd watch them
Divisional
play.
game. They just come off of being embarrassed in a divisional game. I don't see it happening again.
Is Sam Howell still the most sacked and most pressured quarterback?
Yes, he is.
Well, meet Micah Parsons.
I think this is gonna be
Washington
big
usually plays tough against Dallas,
Cowboys and Indians.
and I'm gonna give them that. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
Like you said, if they get blown out, then you see Ron Rivera will be gone.
I think both of them. I think Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio are toast.
What happens?
for me, this is a big game. This game will tell us a lot about the future of Sam Howell. In that division, he's going to have to go up against Dallas twice a year.
Prime time.
Going to have to go up
In front of the
against
whole nation.
Correct. You're on Thanksgiving in front of everybody. You're going up against it's the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Like,
The Commanders have only had one other primetime game, right? Was it that Bears game on
Correct.
Thursday night? So for
Yes.
a lot of people, the fantasy crowd and everyone, this is your first shot to see Sam Howell. I don't think this is going to be, poor Sam Howell, I don't think it's going to be a great environment for him to thrive.
I have an odd feeling there's going to be people calling for his head after this game.
Yeah, and I don't want Sam Howell to be judged by this game because I think he's very good. I love what they've done offensively this year, and I think they're going to put up some points. I just don't think it's going to come down to how much points the Commanders.
Well, yeah, and what's his name? Deron Bland's going for what? His 5th game in a row with a pick 6 or some shit? Yeah. He's had 4 games in a row with a pick 6.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck.
So,
Good luck.
moving on to the Thanksgiving night game. The San Francisco 49ers are heading up to Seattle for yet another.
Divisional game.
San Francisco going into this game is Angie actually just brought up a good question. Sam Howell or Baker Mayfield?
Baker.
Baker Mayfield.
I'm taking Howell right now all day long.
Right now, I'm taking Sam Howell.
Yeah. San Francisco heading up to Seattle. San Francisco a 7.5 point favorite. Over under of 44. Uncle Sam, what do you think? A battle for the NFC West
And they're
in Seattle.
in Seattle. What is it?
San Francisco is a 7.5 point favorite.
I thought you were going to say a 10-point favorite.
Ooh.
I'm going to take San Francisco to win and Seattle to cover in the under.
See, I can't get behind it. I'm gonna say this much. I think Seattle, we're dealing with two teams here. Seattle is trending down. Frisco is trending back up.
Yeah, but Seattle needs this game bad.
Yeah, they do, but I just don't think
I see them coming out very hard.
we've had this game circled for a long time as that'll be the test, right? It's a division game. Seattle had a lot of hype. This is a very, very big game for the 49ers.
How many games they got on Seattle?
One.
One game.
There's one game.
Right.
I think that the 49ers make pretty easy work of this. I think Geno Smith is really starting to show that he's not going to be the long-term answer there. It's just everything is coming together for Seattle to have a fall apart, and I think that it begins here. I'm going to take Frisco. I'm going to take them to cover, win. That over under a 44. I'm going to go under in this game. I think that Seattle is without Kenneth Walker. Geno Smith is banged up. I don't think they're going to be able to manufacture a lot of points. Actually, DK Metcalf hit the injury report today too. He's questionable. I don't think Seattle's going to be able to manufacture any points. And what Frisco's been doing as of late is they scored just enough to get the W, right? So they're going to put up 3 touchdowns. Everybody will sit down, and the defense will take care of the rest. Give me Frisco to cover, to win, and the under.
Yeah, San Francisco to cover, to win. I'm going to go with the over because I think the Niners are going to do a lot of damage on their own. Other than that Bengals game where they were missing Trent Williams and Debo and Ayuk, other than that Bengals game, the Niners are extremely good at home, and they're even better at home at nighttime. I think they're very good under the lights at home.
They're at Seattle.
They're in Seattle.
Oh, they're in Seattle?
In Seattle.
Oh, that changes things a little bit. I'm going to go with the under. But I still think the Niners cover the number. I still think they make short work of the Seahawks.
They covered at 7.5.
Listen, the bottom line, Drew Lock. I don't trust Drew Lock at all. There's a body of work on Drew Lock, and I don't even think Geno Smith is good, but the body of work on Drew Lock is bad. And I don't think Drew Lock is going to muster much against this Niners defense, especially without Kenneth Walker, especially if you got a banged up Tyler Lockett and you got a banged up DK Metcalf. I don't love it. McCaffrey anytime too, by the way.
Absolutely.
That was my anytime.
Who are you taking, Bruce?
San Francisco. This one's easy.
Yeah, and yes, the McCaffrey anytime touchdown scorer will probably hit on 17 of 18.
Probably the under with
16 of 18 weeks this year. You're going under as well.
Well,
under game.
Knowing as much as we know now about Seattle.
That's why I went under.
Yeah.
Tariq Woolen may not play in this game.
I know a lot of people thought I was crazy, but
no, I agree with you.
I'm actually picking them to, I'm picking Seattle to cover that 7.5, but I'm picking the under.
So you have a lot of faith in.
No, it's
Drew
not
Lock
that,
and
dude.
Zach
You're playing
Charbonnet.
in Seattle, very hard place to play. Thanksgiving, divisional game. They're going to fucking play hard. Did I say they were going to win? No, but I think they'll play hard. I really do. I think they'll cover that.
Okay.
Go to Black Friday.
Go to Black Friday. I think we're recording
Got one
before
more game tomorrow.
Black
Oh, we're gonna go before Black Friday?
I think I'm
I'm down to do that.
Friday. I think we should do a Friday morning show.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm not working Friday, so I can come here at a reasonable
I'm saying
time.
a Friday at 10 a.m. show.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Glad we're all on the same page.
That takes us to Ford Field.
That takes us to Ford Field. The Detroit Lions, our Detroit Lions, are hosting the Green Bay Packers in the early slot of Thanksgiving. Very interesting here. Detroit's a 7.5-point favorite. That's the same line that San Francisco was over Seattle. I am a lot more confident in Detroit covering that 7.5 against Green Bay than I am San Francisco covering the 7.5 against Seattle. The over-under in this game is 47, which I also thought was a lot of points. What do you guys think? Zolo, go ahead.
This is a different Green Bay team in a bad way than the one the Lions played in Week 4. Elizabeth, above, you asked about Devondre Campbell. He's questionable. Jair Alexander's questionable. Somehow, what's his face? The backup running back's questionable.
A.J. Dillon has a
A.J. Dillon's
groin
questionable.
So, real quick, go over this. Darnell Savage, starting safety, is out. Keyshawn Nixon is doubtful. Jair Alexander, questionable. Kenny Clark, questionable. Devondre Campbell, questionable. Aaron Jones, out. Rudy Ford, the other safety, questionable. One of the tight ends, that Degara guy, he is doubtful, and Musgrave is on IR, and A.J. Dillon is questionable. So I don't know who the fuck, and that Wicks guy who had the big week last week is in concussion protocol. So I don't know who the fuck they actually have to play.
Yeah, it's going to look a lot different. I like the Lions big. What's the over-under?
Over-under is 47.
That's a mortal lock, I feel like, is the 7.5, the Lions to cover the 7.5, because they're going to take this game very seriously. Dan Campbell has never won on Thanksgiving at Ford Field. I don't think he did it as a player.
Well, he should have last year, but he fucking
He should have last year. And it's a divisional game, and the Lions take these divisional games really seriously. They take the Packers personal at this point. He's only got one loss to the Packers. It was in primetime, the second game of his coaching career. I really feel good about the Lions tomorrow. As good as I felt about any home game, I certainly feel good about the 7.5. I'm looking for a big bounce back game from Goff, and I'm looking for a huge game on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Huge game on the ground. One of the differences between this game and last game for the Lions is the emergence of Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs anytime, I think, is a lock. I think Sam Laporta is due to get back on the board. I think Sam Laporta is a lock tomorrow. I'm looking for a big game from a lot of the Lions pass catchers because Goff is going to bounce back. And then conversely, this is a nice game. Aaron Glenn's defenses have always rebounded. The next week, they always come back down to earth. And I thought they were horrible. Well, not horrible, but I thought they were bad last week. So I'm looking for Aaron Glenn's defense to come back down a little bit further. And I think you're going to see some sacks because you're not getting a mobile quarterback. And I think you're going to see some thriving. I think you're going to feel really good about the Lions before you eat your dinner tomorrow. So give me the Lions. Give me the over because I think they're going to do a lot of damage on it themselves. I could see like a 46.5, you said?
47.
47. I can totally see like a 31-17 type ordeal. And give me the Lions, give me the over, and give me the Lions to cover. I feel good tomorrow.
Uncle Sam?
I'm taking the Lions in the over.
Any reason why?
I got a feeling.
I think they're going to come out and they're going to absolutely rip them with the fucking run. I think their running game, I think David Montgomery is going to be the anytime guy. He's going to have 125 yards and a couple touchdowns. And I think you're going to see, you think a big game from Jared Goff. I think you're going to see a very complete game from Jared Goff. Maybe not throwing for 300 yards, but I see him throwing at least a couple touchdowns in this game.
If they're going to run the ball as effective as we think they are,
he's going to have 3-4 touchdowns, and he might not have a shit ton of yards, but he's going to have a lot of touchdowns.
He should be pretty efficient tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's also in the new era, the post 2021 Jared Goff. The post 2021 Jared Goff also is good at bouncing back. He snaps back pretty quick.
I don't think Green Bay is going to listen. It's a divisional game. They're going to come. They're going to play hard, but they're just obviously going to be outgunned in this game. Obviously outgunned.
So a couple of things stand out to me in this game. One, if you don't have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon is banged up, and you don't have a tight end, and tight ends have fared decent against the Lions, is Jaden Reed really going to be able to carry this team to any sort of points tomorrow? Is Christian Watson going to be able to carry this team to any sort of points tomorrow? And I don't think so. I'm going big on the Lions here.
That's still their bag is to throw the ball up downfield and see what happens. And I think they're going to convert a couple of those. I think Jaden Reed's better than last time. Still don't love the Lions corners. I think Christian Watson's a little bit healthier than the last time they played. So that's still their bag. And you're going to see them maybe make some plays downfield. I think that's going to be the Packers' only offense. But again, I think the Lions are going to get home more than you think on the pass rush. Sorry for talking over you.
Absolutely not. So I'm going Lions -7.5. I'm taking the over in this game. A couple of props that I like that I would consider locks. Jahmyr Gibbs over 44.5 yards on the ground. I'm taking that all day long. My anytime touchdown scorer would be David Montgomery. I think they'll end up giving him the ball at the goal line and letting him take care of business. And
it'll just 3 last time they played too.
Yeah, it'll be such a perfect compliment It's the him and Gibbs thing works
You
so
remember
well
the last
together.
time they played, it was rather easy for them.
That had been because he had never beaten Green Bay before.
Also, if you can get it, I am taking Jordan Love over 1.5 interceptions tomorrow. I think that he's going
1.5.
So 2. That's what it is. The betting line is 1.5.
You know who goes off on defense?
Because if you
Irvin
throw 1,
Jones.
you're under.
He plays
If you throw 1, 2, you're over. So
And Kirby Joseph's healthier this time than when they played last time.
I think Jordan Love will make 2 mistakes. Will make at least 2 mistakes. I could see that happening. And one other one I like, I found a new thing that's called kicking points. And I'm in on the kicking points. I like Riley Patterson over 5.5 kicking points tomorrow as well. Those are 3 bets that I think are pretty much.
Isn't there bets for like the turkey and shit and like all that bullshit?
I don't fuck around with that.
You don't-
Sucks.
The poop bets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Do you
like
do it for the
poop
Super
bets.
Bowl? Do you do the poop bets for the Super Bowl?
I don't think I poop betted at all.
We have a new entry into the chat.
Oh, shout out Matt Calupina. Likes the hat. It's the little Stevenson Ranch. See, some people think it's my initials, not my initials though. It's a nice little brand, Stevenson Ranch. Yeah, Tyler, love the kicker props. Love the kicker props. Actually, kicker props is what cost me parlay the other night. One of them. Yeah, it sucked. Anyways, but I like the kicker props.
Talk about Fridays.
Sadly, I can't bet anymore. So
Yeah, no, you're not betting ever again.
Let's do Friday's game.
Why? We're doing a show Friday morning.
So what?
So why would we talk about Friday's game?
Why not?
We're doing a show Friday morning.
Why not?
What time's the game Friday? 1?
It's a 3
Oh,
3 p.m. kick.
Like 3 o'clock.
We should live the game on Friday. That'd be fun.
That we could talk about that. I have only problem is it's my dad's birthday, so I might have to leave before the game would end.
Happy birthday. Shout out to SR.
Happy birthday.
should we sing happy birthday?
So in the ripe age of 49. Yeah, shout out to Taylor. Happy almost birthday, Taylor. So with that being said,
Who's Taylor?
that's Matt Kelly Pina in the chat. Shout out to Taylor.
Shout out to Taylor. Happy birthday.
So do we have anything that we want to touch base on outside of the Friday game going into Thanksgiving? Anything else you want to get in there?
Hopefully they're 9-2.
Hopefully they're 9-2. Okay, one more thing.
Oh.
If they end up 9-2, right?
Can you hear the under the table right now when I heard 9-2?
9-2. Realistically, we talked. Zola was the only one who said that. Yeah, I could see this team going 14-3. You and me were both at 12-5. Now, if we get to 9-2, I think there's a real possibility here where 14-3 could end up being the Lions' season.
Let's go through our little fucking schedule here.
Let's do it.
Wait. Oh, do we want to save it for Friday when we get more? Okay,
We can do Friday too. What's the difference?
What I was going to say is
We can do it.
Friday we've got to preview Sunday. We've got a
Right.
little bit of time. We can go at least 10, 15 minutes
Listen.
here. Let's party.
Let's go back to the last time the Lions and Packers played. It was the end of that 4-game segment. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to those 4-game segments. There's 4-game segments throughout the year, and then obviously the 17th game, whatever, week 18. So here you go. You're entering the 3rd game of this 4-game segment, and you have a chance instantly to already win the segment. You'd go 3-1 if you pull this off. Your next one, the way the Lions have looked the last 2 weeks, I also think New Orleans is bad, but the one after this, looking ahead, you're at the Superdome, which they lost at last time they were there. And it's not an easy place to play, and they could blow it if they don't come out and
but that
have a
was
good
Drew
showing.
Brees.
That was Drew Brees. I'm with you. On
Yeah.
paper, I think the Lions are beating the Saints. Michael Thomas just went on IR. I still don't love the Saints. And it's Dan Campbell's homecoming. That's where he came from. He's got a couple homecomings. The week after that, it's him versus Sean Payton for the first time,
Right.
which is his mentor. He's going back down to Dallas, which is where he played.
did not
Regardless,
beat last year.
regardless, you're looking at 3-0 in this segment with a chance to go 4-0 next Sunday with one segment to go. Now, 2, maybe 3, and honestly 4. The Denver game looks extremely tough, but you have 2 tough games in the next segment. So if you sweep this in a hypothetical where you split segment 4, which is losing at Dallas hypothetically,
And losing at home to Denver.
I think losing at home to Denver is on the table, and honestly, losing to Minnesota on the road is on the table. I really don't think Minnesota's that good, and I think they're going to come back down to earth by then. Regardless, this segment, focusing on this segment, this is to go 3-0. I mean, yeah, they're firmly in the conversation for the 1 seed, and I think at this point, if they sweep this segment, there is no way they don't finish as a top 2
I
team
actually
in the
think
NFC.
they have a better chance at the 1 seed than Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Talk to me
That's
after the
hard.
Dallas game. Talk to me after the Dallas game.
So hold on. If you give the Lions a win this week and Philly a loss,
Lions take first.
No, there's still Dallas holds the tiebreak.
Dallas,
You're right.
Listen,
So,
Philly's still a game ahead of them.
Dallas holds the tiebreak. I think the first tiebreak is in conference. So the record head to head in the NFC is the first tiebreak, and obviously Philly's undefeated in the NFC. Their only losses to the
And
Jets.
Detroit lost to Seattle.
Detroit lost to Seattle.
Wow.
That's why that game was that important at Seattle.
Yeah, but
They could have dropped that.
But let
that
me ask you a
Kansas
question.
City game and won that fucking Seattle game. They would be in first place. right
Real
now.
quick. Let me ask you a question. What would you rather have? The 2 seed guaranteed to play the worst fucking team in the playoffs and then winning it and still getting a home game the next week, or would you rather be the 1 seed? You get the bye. You get
I'd
taken.
rather be the 2.
Honestly, this year, the context of this season, I would rather be the 2 seed. I'd rather play wild card weekend.
I don't like, and I will say this one time, I hate buys. When you get buys, you get flat. And it's happened to just about every team that wins that fucking division or wins that conference. They come out that next week and they're flat.
So up until last year, because the 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl last year were the 2
Correct.
1 seeds and they had the buys. Up until last year, I think there was a team like 10 straight years that made the Super Bowl playing on wild card weekend.
Correct.
Like the Bengals did it 2 years ago.
Giants did it twice.
The Giants did it a few times. A lot of the time, it's a team that goes through the road slate.
Philly.
So I would feel a lot better with the 2 seed getting that guaranteed win, not guaranteed, but getting the easier opponent in the home game week 1 of the playoffs. Whether it be Minnesota, I think the Lions would beat this current incarnation of Seattle. I feel a lot better about it. But getting redemption in general against Seattle, if it's the NFC South, one of those teams get in. If it's the Rams, regardless, I would feel much better about the storyline and who they would play if they end up as the 2 seed, the highest seed. And then if you win that game, you still get a game the next weekend.
Right.
You still get a game the next weekend. And maybe it's against the Niners, whatever. Maybe it's against the Cowboys if there aren't 2 upsets.
I don't give a fuck what team they play. They come here.
Yeah.
You'll see this tomorrow. That fucking place is going to be fucking off the chain tomorrow. It will be off the chain.
Green Bay, man. You know,
What?
already off the chain.
For some reason, okay, and I get it. They were losing at one point to Chicago on Sunday. But the 2 games I've been to this year, I thought that the home field advantage that everybody's talking about has been semi lackluster.
Listen,
Except for the end of Chicago.
I can tell you.
left
I
with
can
Florida
tell
after
you
that
That
why.
game was the only time my ears were actually ringing.
So I still think week 2 against Seattle was louder than what we saw at the end of the Bears game, and it gives a little bit of an advantage. But the blood curdling advantage it's still lurking. I think tomorrow has a chance to be crazy loud.
Tomorrow will be, because of what's at stake.
Yeah.
This will be a actual playoff atmosphere.
The context.
You guys don't know what that
the thing,
is.
though, if we're winning, yeah, a lot of people start to leave early because they want to go home.
Listen to
get
me.
their Food.
You guys haven't seen a playoff game yet. Go to a fucking playoff game. It's a different level.
I've been to playoff games
I've been to a Super
I'm
Bowl.
talking about fucking
at
Tom
Gillette
Brady.
Stadium.
I'm talking about
Like
here
Super Bowls aren't loud.
at home with the Lions playing. Go to a playoff game. It's to a different level.
Have you ever been to a playoff game at the Dog Pound?
No, I would love to though.
Ooh, would you bark?
If the Browns,
would you
hold
bet?
on.
I would cut my left pinky off to go see a
If-
Browns game.
If there's a situation where somehow the Browns host a home playoff game, and let's
Would
say,
I go? If you're asking me, would I go?
yeah,
The answer is yes.
Wow.
I have a
rather
friend
go
in
to
Cleveland,
Baltimore.
a friend that I'm very close with in Cleveland that's a huge Browns
Much
fan.
rather go to
And he's the epitome of
Cleveland-
Ohio,
Cleveland's
too.
a goddamn 5-hour ride. You drive there.
It's not a 5-hour.
It's
you
three-
bark,
three.
You
2.5
bark a
hours.
couple of
three.
times,
You bark a couple times. You
and
paint.
you come home.
You paint your titties orange and bark a few
I feel like,
times.
I just feel like Baltimore is crazier than Cleveland.
Will you wear a leather spiked collar?
You don't think?
No.
No,
In a-
sure.
in a playoff
a
game?
Browns
Hey.
home playoff game it would be feral.
Wait,
be
hold
very
on.
feral.
We need to have negotiations here.
No, because guess what?
There's no way I can get you in a leather
All these years
spiked
I've been
collar.
going to see Cleveland and Detroit
Leather
play at the Silverdome all those years, dude. Cleveland travels very well here.
Listen, can I-
All
hold
the
on,
time.
Hold on. Angie,
Will you bark for them?
Angie's a big fan of the show. Angie Lalo. He's in the chat every day.
And
He
XCO.
watches every episode. And he had a request that because he's been such a big fan of the show, hey, he was on the field at the Lions game and he had a tipped balls hat on for the national media to get a shot at tip balls. He's done a lot for the show. He asked if you'd bark for him.
No,
Oh, that was awful.
I already told you.
You'll flick your tongue.
You'll get one
but you
bark
won't
from
bark.
me when they win the division.
Listen, that's all he asked for.
You'll get one from me when they win the division. When they
Making
win
Pound.
that AFC North, you will get the bark from me.
That's it. Angie's got to wait for the Browns
That's it.
to win the division.
They got to win the division.
We could be
That's
dead.
ass backwards.
Yeah.
He'll flick his tongue on camera, but he won't bark.
I still want to see you shave your fucking eyebrows off.
Too bad that's not going to happen.
Yeah?
See Angie in the comments. One bark, man.
One.
One bark.
One.
No.
What about like a woof?
Bark, bark, bark,
No.
bark, 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 bark.
Fucking shut up before I throw this fucking helmet at you.
Oh. Anyways, do you want it? You guys want to do?
Playoff machine?
You want to do playoff machine real quick today?
No, I don't want to. No, I'm not feeling it.
You're not feeling it.
Why? Because
Okay.
he wanted you to bark?
I'm out.
That's it.
Goodbye.
Because you got bark bullied. Here's the deal on playoff machine. There's going to be, because we picked through 3 games, there's going to be less games to pick for this week because there's already less games. I don't think
All right,
16
let's do it.
teams.
No,
Is that no?
you just
This,
said
I'm,
no,
I'm
we're
making
gonna
the
do it
case to do
Friday.
it for Friday.
He wants to do it Friday.
I'm making the case to do it for Friday. We're going to put in the rest of the picks. We'll have 3 of the games at that point. So we'll just blow through it Friday because it's less.
Oh God, we missed a huge piece of news. The Steelers finally fired Matt Canada. I can't believe I missed
fuck, I
that at the
forgot
beginning of the
all about that. Yeah, I
episode.
see the text.
Tyler, shout out. Thank you for the reminder. The Steelers finally fired Matt Canada. Can't believe I forgot about that.
Long
one.
overdue. I'm
Thank God.
kind of surprised that that Tomlin allowed him to be around that long.
The Steelers haven't fired a coach at any level mid-season since 1947 or something.
That's actually older than you.
What does that tell you? Dog.
Yeah.
That's 2 things. That's 2 episodes back
He's
to back.
dog
We
shit.
found
And there was a
something
great
older than
clip of Chris Boswell last year. Matt Canada was dapping someone up after a win, and Chris Boswell was like, well, it's because of you. So I'm sure there's some relief. We're going to find out if Kenny Pickett is actually bad now. I know you disagree. I think he's actually bad.
disagree. I don't think he's that bad. I think that guy's play calling was fucking atrocious. He has 2 fucking very good running backs that they don't even use.
I think that Kenny Pickett is actually bad. And he's still, I don't think the play calling was the reason he was throwing 30 yards past the
You
sticks.
got a guy like George Pickens. That guy needs to go deep at least 5 times a game.
Yeah, but he's acting like a big fucking pussy. So.
But
Yeah,
he's-
probably because he's not fucking being utilized the right way, and he's sick of the dog shit that's going on there. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Yeah, and he hasn't called out Kenny
It's just
Pickett
like
on it.
Detroit. You know what I want to see tomorrow? I want to see Jameis Williams thrown at least fucking 5
I think
times.
it's going to happen. I think
At
it's totally
least
going to
5
happen.
times tomorrow.
I think you're totally going to see good J-Mo tomorrow.
I don't
100%.
see that fucking guy running down the field, and I mean downfield. I don't want to see him 5 yards downfield. I want to see him 40 yards downfield.
Listen, we were all at the game. I know you like sitting low because you like to see and smell it. I need to be up top so I could see the play develop. I need to see the play in front of me. I can tell you that almost a third of Jamison Williams' snaps on the field where he was running a route, they are downfield. The Bears just had him covered really well. The Packers will not be able to
He
cover
did the
Jamison Williams as
same
well.
route, like, I think it was twice in a row.
He does a post move.
Yeah, he does a
post move, and if he shakes the first defender and the safety doesn't come over, he's open. He's open. It's not just about his speed. It's about his route running, which has been crisp and sharp. So I think you're onto something with J-Mo, and I think you're going to see it. I think you're going to actually see a good, I don't know about J-Mo breakout
I just
game.
want him to attempt it.
My
That's
thing
all.
is,
They will.
He's
Put him down there. Let him
there
run.
before the ball. He has to turn around.
Yeah, Goff
sit
needs,
on the
Goff
ball
needs to
every
get the ball out of his fucking hands. When he sees it and he
he needs to
reads it,
go.
he needs to just let it
If
let it
there's
fly,
no
dude.
Kenny Clark and these linebackers are already decimated, you're down to basically just Rashawn Gary against the Lions' top-ranked offensive line in football. I really don't think the Packers are going to muster up a pass rush, in which case when Goff, if they establish the run well enough, when Goff drops back to throw tomorrow, magic will happen. I promise.
They got to establish the run is the key. The run is the key.
The bird is the word.
It is.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Do we know who's calling plays for the Steelers right now? Somehow we made it to J-Mo talking about the Steelers.
No. Who's calling the plays for the Steelers?
It's
Is
running
it Mitch
back
Trubisky?
running back coach Eddie Faulkner is the new offensive coordinator and play caller.
Well, Eddie,
Up to you, bud.
you've inherited a turd that stands over 6 feet tall and has turds for arms, and his name is Kenny Pickett.
The bar is real low for you, bud.
Let me ask
Real
you a
low.
question. What if Pickett comes out this week, throws for over fucking 300 yards and a couple touchdowns?
I have him on a
Still
fantasy.
feel the same about that?
Well, you got to be multiple weeks, but yeah, I would feel a lot better.
Oh, I
about it.
agree.
And I give
It
him
has
the
to be
benefit of the
consistent.
doubt for this week.
But I think that Matt Canada, a lot like
Well, hold on.
everybody was blaming, what's his name, the kid in Dallas that they got rid of that went to
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore was getting all the blame in Dallas for their inept offense.
Go ahead, and then I have something to say.
They're playing Cincinnati this week. The Steelers.
Yeah, Cincinnati doesn't have Joe Burrow.
I don't care
Cincinnati
who it's
doesn't
against.
have. Hold on. Joe Burrow. T. Higgins is out already. Sam Hubbard is out already.
Hold on. I don't
Hubbard's
care
been
who
out.
it's against. If Kenny Pickett has a good game, he has a good game because he literally hasn't had one good game.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to have a good game.
So I
Must have a
personally,
good game.
this is the difference between Kenny Pickett. Why I don't see what you see and what everyone else sees. He was the first quarterback taken in that draft a year or two ago, whenever it was. I think it was 2 years ago. There's a reason for that. He got picked at the end of the first round. It's because he's not that good. He really wasn't that good in college. It was just his tape was good. He had all the intangibles. He had everything you needed to have a high ceiling in the league. But if he was so world-beating, he would have won more games at Pittsburgh, and he didn't do that. So,
He's at Pitt.
pardon me?
Played at Pitt.
They were in it in the ACC that year. They played Michigan State.
Pitt.
They played Michigan State in the. It doesn't matter. They were in it in the ACC.
Pitt hasn't won since 1982.
That's not the point.
What do you mean it's not the
he
point?
played for Pitt in a year where Florida State wasn't shit and Clemson wasn't shit. There was no emergence in the ACC that
Pitt
year.
hasn't won since fucking Tony Dorsett.
But
was
they
there.
regardless. He was in a bad ACC and he still didn't win the games. I'm not going to fight you on if Kenny Pickett was good in college. He had the tape. He was no better. It's the same as Zach Wilson.
Who was better, Kenny Pickett or Todd Blackledge?
Or Malik Willis.
What the fuck
Todd
is
Blackledge won a national championship though, didn't
Who
he?
was better?
Todd Blackledge.
Todd Blackledge was out of the fucking league in a year.
Todd
doesn't matter.
Blackledge is 63 years
He
old.
won a national championship though.
Who he is?
Kenny, that's my whole point. Is Kenny Pickett didn't win games.
Todd Blackledge was picked over fucking Dan Marino.
Todd Blackledge played for 6 years.
There's a good 30
And
for
one-
30.
Pull up the 1983 draft.
There's a
He was
good
the
30 for
seventh
30
pick.
on that
He was
draft.
the 7th pick overall.
Yeah.
He was first.
Go through all the quarterbacks in that draft. It's there's a 30 for 30
What?
called from Elway to Marino, and it goes over every quarterback, and they were all great. Jim Kelly was in that draft.
Elway 1, Eric Dickerson 2, Kurt Warner,
Hall of Fame.
running back
Kurt
Kurt
Warner, running back Kurt Warner.
Oh,
Just go over the
Just
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks? Okay, 1 was Elway.
Yep.
7
Hall of
was
Fame.
Blackledge.
Blackledge didn't do shit, but he won in college.
Jim Kelly was 14.
Hall of Fame.
Tony Eason went to the New England Patriots 15.
I don't know who that is.
His quarterback. Ken O'Brien, 24th to the Jets.
I don't know who that is.
Dan Marino, 27th to the Dolphins. That was the first round.
I promise you there's an excellent 30 for 30 on that draft. That's the third time I've said it, but you guys should watch it. It's good. It's
I
about
don't have to watch it. I lived it.
It's about well, you get the behind the scenes. We talk
lived
about
everything,
we talk about
okay?
Jim Irsay all the time. You
were
get
there
the
before
behind the
Jesus.
scenes.
I lived it.
You get the behind the scenes of what Elway was thinking in real time when he was cucking Robert Irsay. He's like, I'm not fucking playing for you. You get that, and it's outstanding. And then it gets to Marino's side of things.
Robert Irsay wasn't even around then.
No, it was Robert Irsay.
Bob Irsay.
Bob Irsay.
The old
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, his dad.
Jim Irsay's
John
old
John
man.
John Elway
up
didn't
and play
want to
center.
play for Irsay's dad. He goes, I'm not
For the
fucking going in for the Colts, and that's how he ended up in
Baltimore
Denver.
Colts.
Baltimore Colts. Yeah.
Oh, I was just sorry. I got sidetracked on Todd Blackledge.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He
Todd
always finds
Blackledge
a
was a
way to go
national
back in
champion
time.
that didn't do shit in pros. Now he just calls
what
football.
I'm
games.
trying to say to you is this: is he great? No. Is he serviceable? Yes. Did Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl? Yes. Could Kenny Pickett win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
That defense?
Yes.
Yes.
I
the
never
thing.
saw the tape. My side of things is I never saw the tape on Kenny Pickett in college. So my argument is like, what makes him different than Zach Wilson? What makes him? We were banking on the
Actually,
intangibles.
You know who Kenny Pickett's wide receiver was?
It was Jordan Addison.
Correct.
You want to know what?
And are you really high on Jordan Addison? I think everybody is,
Yeah.
of what he's done. Since
Yeah, but Kenny
Justin
Pickett-
Jefferson's been out.
Kenny Pickett is Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, who are I wouldn't call them just as good as
Well,
Jordan
now, wait,
Addison, but they're
Deontay
good
Johnson
players.
has just come back. He's been back for 2 weeks.
But he had Deontay Johnson last year, Kenny Pickett, when he started the back half of the year, and he wasn't.
Okay.
I don't think he was there. Kenny Pickett, by the way, was serviceable in the back half of the year last year. That's why he had the job, and that's why everyone, including me, was. I don't know if you guys remember. I was high on Kenny Pickett in the
Yes, you
summer,
were.
and I was high on the Steelers. I literally had the Steelers in the playoffs, and everyone doubted me.
Listen,
But Kenny Pickett's
their
the reason
record?
they're bad.
hold on. What's her record?
What is it? 6-3,
What is it?
5-3.
Who?
The
Steelers.
Steelers.
6-4.
6-4. Listen, it's gonna
6-4.
It's gonna come down to Kenny Pickett.
And you know they're probably going to win this week since they're playing Cincinnati.
It's gonna their
That's
season
7-4.
their season's gonna come down to Kenny Pickett, and if he's good, we will find out. We'll
they have
find
the
out.
tiebreaker on who right now?
They should have the tiebreaker on everybody that isn't Baltimore.
Who did they lose to last week? Cleveland. So they're 2-1 in division
that's
right,
right.
now.
That's
They've
right.
already beat Baltimore once.
No, they didn't.
No,
I
Baltimore.
thought they did.
They did beat Baltimore.
Baltimore beat them.
No, they beat Baltimore.
No, they beat Baltimore.
I'm sorry, excuse me. They beat Baltimore,
Correct.
and then the Ravens have swept. The Ravens beat the Browns.
They beat. Hold on.
No, the Browns beat the
Pittsburgh-
Ravens.
No,
Pittsburgh
the
has
Ravens
beaten-
crushed the Browns. It was Dorian Thompson-Robinson's first start.
Pittsburgh beat Cleveland the first time they played them and beat Baltimore. And they lost to Cleveland now.
Right here.
They haven't played Cincinnati yet. Baltimore. Baltimore, that means, well, they've lost to Pittsburgh. They beat Cleveland and lost to Cleveland.
Hello.
Baltimore
Split.
did lose to Cleveland?
Told you.
That's
Cleveland, Jackson.
When did they lose to
Houston,
Cleveland?
and San
Last week.
Francisco.
Oh, last week. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So they've
So
lost.
they split.
They split
Right
with
here.
Cleveland, and
On
they.
They lost in
Lost to
Baltimore to
Pittsburgh.
Cleveland. They
It's
lost
got
to
it up
Baltimore.
there. See it?
On the screen.
Yes, it's also in front of my fucking face, Bruce.
I think
you
when
know.
Baltimore loses, they scheme their way out of games. I don't think it has anything to do with their opponents. I think when Baltimore loses, it's because they lose. It's not because of anything. The Browns have a case because they have that defense, but I guarantee you that if they play again, it would be a different story.
Cleveland's. Hold on, one. Cleveland's almost done with their divisional games, so they're 1-2. They're 3-2 in division. Cleveland.
One more against Pittsburgh, right? Does it sound right to you?
No,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
And one
They
more
played
against
Cincinnati last game of the year. Yep.
When
Anyway.
they win the North,
What?
Yo, Burke.
You'll bark.
I'll bark.
I'm rooting for Cleveland
They have
just
to
so we
win
get a
the
bark.
Yeah, we're all Browns fans
They
now.
have to win the North.
We're color Browns fans over here.
Anyways, do we have anything else to add to end off our Thanksgiving
Not really,
episode?
no. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Bruce, that's it. Never mind.
He does a good gobble. I was waiting for
Yeah,
him
will
to
you
do
give
it.
us a?
Oh, my nuts.
Will you give us the gobble?
What? No.
Come on,
No.
it's Thanksgiving.
Hopefully Bruce has a good holiday. Be safe tomorrow. Don't drink too much. Be careful. I don't want to hear, oh, Jesus Christ, I smashed my Buick on 94. I don't want to hear
I'm
that.
not driving.
I'm sorry?
Zolo,
driving?
anything to
Take
add?
that thing downtown.
Yeah, I have a tweet I'm trying to find on that's got
Yeah,
something
we
to
don't
do
want
with
to take
gobble
that Buick
gobble.
down there. Somebody might take it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
My mom's Jeep got broken into down there.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Some guy quote tweeted PETA UK, and PETA UK repetitively tweeted, turkeys don't want to be eaten 5 times. And then some guy quote tweeted it and said, what the fuck do you know? Do you speak gobble gobble, bitch? You have no idea. And that's how I feel. I'm with that gentleman who's tweeted that.
Yeah. Fuck.
What does that mean?
Do you speak gobble gobble? It sounds like you
What the
do.
fuck gobble gobble is? You don't even want to know.
Oh,
Not gobble gobble. That's
hold
my
on.
war cry.
Leon-
Death to the infidels.
Leon texted me. Leon texted me on the side and asked if you were going to be having any Kraken between now and the end of the holiday weekend.
No, I'm not having any Kraken.
He'll be butt
You know what?
naked
You know what
standing
we'll
in the
do?
street.
You know what we'll do?
The Kraken only comes out on Christmas time.
Yeah, the Kraken's a Christmas Eve thing. And wait, it's Christmas. Christmas is a Sunday this year. Christmas Eve's a Saturday. So you know what? The December 23rd Friday episode, we will all have a nice Kraken toast.
Shot of the Kraken. Shot of the hair of the dog.
Like the
that
rum,
bit
like
you.
a dark
Yeah.
rum.
Can we
He
get
likes
the
the Kraken, the really dark
Yeah.
Kraken.
There's a Kraken 100 if I remember correctly.
Is there?
There's a higher proof Kraken out there.
Yeah, so there was the white label, the black label, and then is there one above that?
Yeah, there's a gasoline label.
Holy fuck.
Well, I have. Which one do I get? The
Black label.
The black label.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Anything
the
Bruce?
fuck you label.
Bruce, anything to add? Well, I hope that everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you overindulge and eat till you yak. I hope you enjoy the 3 games we have tomorrow. And then I hope you guys come back to join us Friday. None of you are actually going to work. Nobody does anything. You're going to shop from your couch. So you might as well shop from your couch and watch us live on YouTube. So Friday morning, we'll be back.
Oh, God.
And thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. Make sure to follow our socials, Instagram and Twitter at Tip Balls, TikTok at Tip Balls Podcast. Also, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, check us out on YouTube. Ring the bell. Remember to subscribe so you know when we go live. Join us in the chat Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because it is always a good time. Thank you so much for listening.